Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back, and I am here with a book review today. I am going to review a very interesting book that I read recently. It's called The Art of the People, written by the author Dave Kirpan. Dave Kirpan, yeah, Kirpin or Kirpan, yeah. Dave Kirpan is an American author. This is his first book, debut book, and an amazing book, I must say. I should definitely say this book looks like a modern version of How to Influence People, written by Dale Carnegie. Yes, this is a distilled version of the book called, what did I say? Dale Carnegie's How to Influence People and Make Friends. This book starts by the author's note, very open. He said, I started my career as a normal person. Just because I'm good in connecting with people and communicating and expressing my thoughts, today I'm a business person, I'm an entrepreneur, and that's how I want you to be. And the first few pages just got my attention and made me read the book in just 4 or 5 days. I spent almost 6 hours reading this book, and this is one of the best book that I read in the past few months about people. Yes, uh, this book talks in detail, but let me tell you one specific outcome that you can get by reading this book. I'm sure there is one particular skill that all successful people have in common, and that is connecting with people. And how do you share your emotions, and how do you understand others' emotion? How do you handle people? I even reviewed this book called The Art of Dealing with People, Les Giblin. It's a book written 1930s or 40s, but it's an amazing book. He talks about how to handle people, and he says that your idea of success could be different from my idea, or your idea of happiness could be different from my idea. But if you have one single factor that's a common denominator for both success and happiness, that could be how do you handle people. And that's what all successful people have in common. They know how to handle people, they know how to understand emotions. So, this book would help you to get that idea on how to handle people. Now, who should read the book? Every book has its own audience, and there are few books that requires a specific set of audience. Let's say a few people like comics. They love to read Harry Potter. Not everyone likes Harry Potter. There are few people who loves business or non-fiction. There are few people who only reads fiction book. But there are few books that I recommend strongly everyone to read, and that this book is one such kind of a book where every one of us should read, because we tend to see people every day, we collaborate with people, we get in touch with people day in and day out. So this is a kind of book that everyone should read. In specific, I strongly recommend people who work in teams, people who work in a team setup. Let's say you have 10 people in your team and you are a part of the team. You are a person who's going to deal with emotions and people every single day. And if you read this book, you get ideas, you get more clarifications on how do you handle them and how do you treat them with respect, how do you make friends, not just work, right? So yeah, if you are working in a team, this book will definitely help you. And the content, about the content, it's written in plain English. If you see, this is a very small book, and the content is very written in plain English. You don't need a dictionary, you definitely don't need to look back and search for words on internet, what does this word means. So I have a few important stories that I've collected. This is how I collect stories. I collect stories in the end of the page. There are very important stories that the author has shared from his own experiences. He's a business person. He started as a an internet business about called local likable. It's similar to Facebook, not exactly like Facebook where you connect with people in your location. And he's got a chance to deal with thousands of people. And how do you get attention suddenly? You go to a meeting, you want to stand out in that meeting. How do you do that? You can find that answer here. And you go for another meeting, you see tens of thousands of people. How do you stand out and get that, give that emotion to the other person that this guy is different, I like him. How do you give that feeling? You can get through this book. So Dave doesn't look like its first book, and he's written it very well. I strongly recommend you read this book and get to know more about people, get to know more about the people that you are surrounded with. You know, in today's world, emotional quotient plays a big role, or a major role, I should say. Intelligent quotient, of course, IQ matters, but on top of emotional quotient, on top of the IQ, your EQ plays a main role in today's world. That's why we see that mental resilience is going to be a strong characteristics, or a strong skill set that you need to develop in future. So book like this will help you to develop your emotional quotient very well. Yeah, that's all I have for you in this video. If you have any thoughts, please share it with me, and let's see what we can do. And I hope this video is useful. Bye for now. Have a good day.